Deep inside the Pentagon there rests the pricking eyes and ears of the West. Things of now, things current, things long gone, all saved as data in the Pentagon. This is how they will safeguard a nation. Their new shields are simply information. Leaks and viruses are now what threatens. Geeks and firewalls their defensive weapons. At the table, men discuss in jargon whether we attack, whether we bargain. Which will make the long game reap rewards, mightiness of pen or that of swords. Now they stand around a large glass table, trying to see more than they are able. Breathe unwanted life into those fears, thus to try out theories and ideas. The U.S. Secretary is grimly standing, paper copies to the rest he's handing. Theories requiring explanation of the darkness threatening his nation. On the dark glass tabletop, white papers.
"Here,"
he says.
"The threats that must now shape us. Here's the intel all our spies have gathered. Common thread into a rope now gathered. To a policy that must then draw them into light for those who never saw them. For this purpose I've drawn a table on your papers clear as I'm able. You'll note it's divided into 4. Row 1 shows the things we knew before. Row 2 shows the edges of our vision. The 2 columns make the same divisions. Box 1, top left, these are the known knowns, things we mention daily on our phones. Box 2, top right, the known unknowns, rough knowledge that our intel tries to hone. Box 3, bottom left, the unknown knowns. Think of this as a poor self-awareness zone. And finally, the box at bottom right represents the darkness of the night. Those things of which we are not yet aware. Unknown unknowns. We don't know they're not there."
One advisor looks up from the paper.
That's an interesting policy, Shaper. If that's to be your speech at the White House, don't you think the journalists might fight us?
Yes, those armchair critics, they may bite, but they have no concept of this fight. I have economically expressed it. Journalists and hacks, they may detest it, just as they detest all talk of fighting. I won't let that keep me from enlightening, showing how we think in truth and fairness will become an honesty, a rareness to be found within these bunker walls. It will not be said, "I don't have balls."
Secretary, I'm struggling to see how an unknown known can ever be.
That's because you lack imagination. And that's why I'm protecting this great nation. Logic dictates that the spaces are there, whether they're full or contain only air. While it's important to know what we know, nothing's more urgent than unknown unknowns. Even the president likes my idea. Secretary, where is he?
He should be here.
Busier than you could possibly know. That's why I'm handling this part of the show. No further questions. Now let us adjourn. Have some humility and maybe learn. Watch me in front of the cameras tonight as I expound upon darkness and light. Watch and be mindful of how my ideas show how we deal with intangible fears within a grid system that categorizes every issue just as it arises. Mark my words, the ideas that I've shown of that which is unknown and that which is known will be on everyone's lips in a week. Of this and little else will the world speak. In hallowed reverence for a mastermind whose curiosity secrets can find, this grid is a secret I gift to the world, as proud as any nation flag unfurled. Oh, watch the cameras as they thirsty roll, drinking in my every syllable, carving out my words for history. That of which we know, but do not see. Like Napoleon, Crassus, or Nero, I will be remembered as a hero. Gentlemen, dismiss yourselves with pride. Fasten your belts and prepare for the ride.
As he leaves the room, the others turn. In their eyes 100 questions burn. Now, subtle politeness remains behind, as one declares,
"The man has lost his mind. I look at you, and I see you too inclined to have seen these early warning signs."
"Don't you think we ought to let him speak? Our opinions will not blunt his beak. Challenges to soldiers are a whetstone, moving them to ready more of their weapons. We, instead, must plan our mitigation, always mindful of our threatened nation. And remember, should he fly the tree, higher branches open for you and me."
"Indeed, it's the only way to play it, for the man's too precious not to say it. He's besotted with his holy grail, which by its shape is more a holy grill."
God help him when the journalists attack. Our leader may want to stand slightly back. Let us plan for ways to keep him clear of whatever known unknowns appear.